Cards, valuable 3 points. Finally felt like, a bit of luck going your way.
Yeah, but I thought, I honestly thought we were valued for the win, both halves. I think we had the chance of the first half where their keepers made an unbelievable save. They've had a couple of efforts as well, but first half conditions really tough, especially when where we've been at and you're facing a strong gusty wind and you're playing against a team that's full time, that's been flying, that's well drilled, good staff about them, but I felt we were so disciplined in our performance and shape and doing the right things and taking a sting out of it as well, because it's important. Management of the game, even in the first half, is important, and I felt we've done that.
How important was it to get the 3 points today? Looking a bit further beyond Christmas, the run of away games you got, and also how long it's been since you picked up a win. How important was it to get them 3 points?
Well, it's one of them, isn't it? It feels like you took new shoes off, that are 2 sizes too small. But it is, and it's, I've stood here with you many a time, bemoaning luck and bemoaning a mistake or something that's not gone our way or something that we've shot ourselves in the foot for. But today I felt there was a will to win about us that I wouldn't think it would have mattered who we would have played, because like I say, Buxton have been flying. I think the top 2 or 3 in the form in the last 10 games. A lot of points, a lot of goals. See what they try and do, and I really genuinely felt we were a better team for 90 minutes.
We talk about Joe Rodwell-Grant, probably his best game that he's had for the club, got a goal. Do you sense that some of that was part of the confidence built that he got in midweek?
Yeah, possibly. He's one of them lads who hasn't stopped. He hasn't stopped. You can see it's been weighing him down at times, especially with Josh being missing, because he's been our only number 9, and that's obviously added to it. He's had chances. I spoke with him in the week about what would help him. I'm not a forward. I've never been a goal scorer, so I can't put myself in his shoes because I was never there. But all I can do is keep encouraging him. And to be fair to him, on Sunday he phoned me up for a chat, and he spoke about his chances and not taking them and what can he do, and I just said no one's ever said it has to be one touch for a finish. Have that little bit of composure, and you've got sense to hold people off, and to be fair, like you say, best game since I've been here anyway.
Well, and I mean, although it got disallowed for offside, he certainly finished the second one that he had well as well. So that's another positive sign for him.
Well, to be fair, he's been getting between the posts, and that's something he wasn't doing. He was spending a lot of time doing a lot of work in areas where he's not going to affect the goal. And in training, he's been more and more threatening. In games or in any drills, he's looked like he's trying to find his way back to his form. And to be fair, made up the last couple of games. He's got a couple of goals to his name, and I think that one counts as one from open play as well, doesn't it?
Does he give you a bit of a headache now? I mean, I suppose with Josh coming back from his ban, you might have thought, throw Josh back in, but does Joe starting this mini run of form, does that give you a selection headache a little bit?
Well, as you say, Josh has been out for a couple of weeks. He's had another little knock in that time, and the injury situation hasn't seemed to help. But when you've beat a team like Buxton, who've like you say, the full time, don't need to go on about anything else, but it takes a fair few quid to be a full time outfit in any division. But you walk in after the win and you see Amos out the squad, Jay Harris had to pull out before the game, Connor Woods, Andy White, the 4 big players, and then when you've performed like that, and the likes of Bowen, who's been ill all week, hasn't featured, and it gives you a good headache, and one in which those lads who've been out the squad have got to say, well, hang on, we've been in it in the past, we haven't quite done it, and lads have come in and took the shirt, and that's what I say to them all: keep your shirt. above all be a good teammate, stick together, and that's what we've done.
You mentioned Jay Harris there. Was that just a continuation from last week? And was Jack McCourt probably wasn't expecting to play? Looked like he was. I know he was ill last week. Certainly looked like he was struggling when he came off.
Well, Jack on Thursday, so we hadn't seen him since the Curzon game because he'd been ill. On Thursday, he trained, probably done about 2/3 of the session, and he had to pull out. He was coughing, but obviously it's his old club, and he said he felt fine. And then I think 20 minutes into the first half, he was feeling it then, and you know, but it was important to have some experience in there because they've got one or two lads who've played in the middle of the pitch, so it was important to make sure we weren't leaving ourselves open in that aspect. Jay, like you say, is a continuation of last week. He's I've had a bit of illness, I won't lie. A few of them have been struggling the last couple of weeks, but Jay's felt his groin the last pass in the key ball we do before the game. So it's one of them. Do you risk him? You can't risk him. And but I felt like the lads who've come in have done really well.
Yeah, I mean, Dan Amaral, when he came on, probably the longest he's got in the league, and sort of carried on playing in the same way that he played on Tuesday night.
Yeah, he's a great lad. No bother, really low maintenance, just wants to play, and that's why we dual regged him with. We actually dual regged him with Prescott a couple of weeks ago, or a week or so ago, and I phoned the manager up and I said, look, we're full of illness. He could possibly start. And Steer Prescott was no problem. That's what the dual registration is about, the flexibility of it. But I thought when he came on, he really gave us that little bit of steel, which he showed on Tuesday night. Read the game, broke it up, kept it simple. Was always about their threats and certainly nullified a lot of it.
Have you set any targets for this run? For your 3 home games out of 4 in and around Christmas? Is there anything in your mind that you want to achieve from them games?
No, because it's that obviously we want to win as many games as you can. We want to accumulate as many points as we can, but I've never been one for setting targets and points and accumulating and watching it, and because they can come in different places, unexpected. We've got a realisation there isn't any team in this league who's got a divine right to win games and pick up points, and and we're no different. And so the targets are set the lads are the ones that they've shown today, and that's just stick to your jobs, play to your strengths, stick together, and you'll get results, you'll get points, and that's what I believe today's come from. And as I say, we could have had a couple more as well. So really pleasing performance.
Just to go back to Joe again, so I mean, I know he's had a difficult time of late, but to just pick the ball up and say I'm having this penalty, it's not the mindset and the mentality of someone who's been struggling, is it? It shows a lot of mental resolve that he's got.
You were going to say something else then?
Well, yeah, I was.
You're right. He's carried on. He's just kept going, and I said it last week. If we all stop, we might as well pack in.
Yeah.
When you're going through tough times and tough moments, the only way out of them is by keeping on going. And that's what Joe's done, and credit to him. He's a young lad. He should have a long footballing career in front of him because he's fit and strong, and physical attributes. He ticks a lot of boxes. If he can just tidy up little parts of his game, there's no reason why he can't score a lot of goals. Like he didn't stop today. Once he got his goal on Tuesday, he wanted another one. He missed a chance early on Tuesday, if you remember.
Yeah.
But it didn't stop him. It didn't deter him. Same today. He scored the pen or the rebound, and then he wanted to score again. And another couple of better passes to him, and he could have. I think it was a great block on him as well when he's got free front in. So fair play to him, and I've always got a lot of time for that.
It's a special time of year for football, this, isn't it? There's a lot of games in a short space of time, but those kind of runs can generate some real momentum for you, can't you? If you can pick up a few results here and there, and you've obviously started that today.
Yeah, and that's what we've got to do, isn't it? That's the aim now is to win the next game. We've got to back up today's performance with performance and result with another one. One thing we haven't done in a while is an away win since Radcliffe. So it's too long. It's too long, and I said it before. I'm not used to being at Warrington and not winning more games, but we are where we are in terms of the division we're in for a start. But like I said before, we've no divine right, neither does any team, because there's that many difficult opponents you come up against for various reasons of how they play, are they full time, you know, different reasons, and we've just got to make sure we do what we've done today, and that'll stand us in good stead against anyone.